Hey, my name is Cavin. Today we're going to be checking out wireless charging, what it is, how it works, and stuff like that. So what is wireless charging? What am I talking about whenever I say wireless charging? Well, there are many different types of devices that have wireless charging in them and take use of wireless charging, but the main thing I'm going to be talking about is this, a wireless charging base or pad, whatever you want to call it. So what is this thing and what does it do? Well, it actually charges my phone. The core of what this thing is that you put your phone on this base and it charges it. So basically, wireless charging takes away the need to plug a cord into your phone. It's a lot simpler and a lot more convenient. So the reason that I decided to choose wireless charging for this project is because I use it in my everyday life. I use it all the time, but I have no idea how it works. And so I want to know how it works. So how does this work? Well, this all started with a 19th century physicist named Nikola Tesla. He figured out that you could actually transfer power from one object to another. Let's go back a little bit though. That's right, I said 19th century. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856. So that means that this technology has been around, or at least thought of, for a very long time. A lot longer than I thought it would be around. Now the reason that it hasn't been adapted into our daily lives, why wireless charging isn't used everywhere, is because we didn't exactly have the technology for it. It also has just become fairly inexpensive to use. Actually, up until a couple years ago, the most used thing with wireless charging inside of it was toothbrushes. Okay, but anyways, let's talk about how this works. How does this base charge my phone? By just going like that. So whenever I first started this project, I thought that wireless charging used conduction. It doesn't. It uses induction. Now, what are the differences between these two things? Well, there are a lot of differences, and I could talk for a while about them and show diagrams and stuff, but I found this really good sentence in this article that I think explains it very well, and I actually want to quote it directly. It says, the main difference between conduction and induction is that conduction requires an electric field, whereas induction requires a changing magnetic field. So since wireless charging uses induction, you can probably think that this has a magnetic field around it, which you would be kind of right. But the basics of it is that there's a bar magnet inside of this, and there's wires wrapped around the bar magnet. So whenever electricity passes through these wires, it creates an electromagnetic field. And this electromagnetic field is what charges your phone. And inside your phone, about like that big, is a receiver of sorts that whenever you put your phone on top of it, it'll charge it. So whenever I learned this, it made complete sense to me. I understood it, but then I thought, like, how does the wireless charger know when to charge and what to charge? Thanks to this amazing website, Live Science, I actually had the answer in the same article I was reading before. Basically, the gist of it makes total sense. The wireless charger has a transmitter inside of it, and your phone has a receiver. So basically, the wireless charger and the receiver are like, hey, we can charge because we have both of these things. Let's say that you have a pack of gum. The gum will not charge because the gum does not have the receiver in it. It would be cool if gum could charge though, but I don't know if that would be good for you. So yeah, that's how wireless charging works. Now normally, if I was anyone else, I would stop the video right now. I'm not going to do that though, because I need to know what it looks like, because I'm a visual learner. So I have this. So because, like I was saying earlier, wireless charging is so inexpensive to make now, there are a lot of companies that make them. My favorite one is by Mophie, and this is actually like $50 or $60. But this one right here was on Amazon, and it costs $10 to $15. So I think you can probably tell where this is going. I'm going to try to tear this apart and see what's on the inside. The only problem is that this doesn't look like it's gonna be easy, so I'm definitely gonna have to basically break this apart. But let's do it. So first we will get the charger, and then we will get, well, I guess the torture devices. I first started at what I thought would be the weak point. At first I tried to use my screwdriver, which obviously wasn't working, so it's time to bring out the big guns, which was my small pocket knife. That didn't work either, so I used my screwdriver again, and then I just started whacking it with both of them. This went on for about 5 minutes, and it was finally time for me to look at my work, and it was terrible, and I was understandably mad, so I punched it. Then I started whacking it with my screwdriver again, which did nothing, and I tried bending it with my stick arms, and obviously that didn't work either. Finally, I plunged my knife into it and started stabbing it over and over and over again, which actually did something. I quickly grabbed my screwdriver and started digging into the hole that I made, and I finally got somewhere. Then I dug my screwdriver underneath this surprisingly durable glass plastic and started tearing it off piece by piece until I finally got to see something, and then I started working at sonic speed, ripping off this plastic glass until I couldn't do it anymore, and then I just admired my work. Wow. Okay, so that was obviously a very long process, but it was very, very satisfying at the end. For some reason, I really like to see the insides of computers and technology and stuff, so that is really, really cool. So let's take a little quick look at this. Now, obviously on the left we have the computer, which tells the wireless charger what to do, like we were talking about with the transmitter, and then I'm assuming that the gray piece is the magnet. I mean, that's what would make sense to me because of what we have learned. So, and then on top of that is obviously the wires that charge, and it's wrapped around, just like I said earlier, around the magnet. I don't know, that is just very, very cool. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. This was a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be, actually. I really liked this. All right, but anyways, I guess that's it. Goodbye.